Hello there, guys. Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. It's actually raining outside for a while now. So I woke up in the middle of the night around 2 something. I was very tired yesterday, the long day and all that. So it's a weird time to sleep. That's when you have a lot of nightmares. So I was having a terrible nightmare. I'll share what it was. It was pretty weird. And I would like to ask you some things. I know some of you are not superficial, but I do believe in these things. I would like to share that. I'll ask you. And second thing I want to talk about is someone asked me a question in the group. Okay. And the third thing I want to talk about a little bit of a relationship. So I have 3 topics on my mind, and let's see what you get. So I just finished doing one list for the night, like when it's raining, what fragrance would be actually good, interesting to wear, in this kind of weather. That was some mix of some interesting perfumes from past time, present time, and I reviewed them all. Please always check out full review. If you see a perfume that I post for scent of the day or something, always people ask me like, do you have a review on it? You can actually check on YouTube just by searching the name and my name, Joy Amin. Okay, if I have the review, you'll find it. And the thing is, like, I take my pride because I do a lot of reviews, even the cheapest of fragrance that people wouldn't touch, like this kind of pocket perfumes, which is like $2 or something. I think, yeah, I do that for people because I feel there are a lot of audience that follow me, and not everybody has the same budget, right? So from $2 all the way to $500, $1,000, I covered fragrances like it, and I'm very happy about it. That mix of content. Okay, so time is now around 3:15 p.m. I'm wearing one of my favorite watches. I am not in rush. It's the Arabic dial from Casio. I want to get the Seiko one, but the Seiko one is a bit hard to find. Okay, so let's hit the video. First of all, let's start with fragrance related topic, since I am a fragrance reviewer. So the question one brother asked in my group, he said, I want to ask everybody, like in the group, like what happens with all the collectors, like perfume collectors. They have huge collection of 400, 500 bottles. What do they do with it? Like I understand this question because I had this question myself when I started my journey. Like I just started buying, collecting, and I was thinking like, how many perfume a person needs, or how many fragrance he can afford to buy, or how many he can keep or use. Or I asked Mark once, like, you have so many thousands of fragrances, how are you going to be able to finish it? So these are not noob questions. Of course, when you start learning, getting into something new, you're learning, right? So you don't have answers to everything, you're seeking answers. So I'll tell you, according to my understanding after 10 years of collecting, very simple answers I have, and I think I'll share with you at this point of time. Oh man, I need a little bit more air conditioning because I had heavy dinner and coffee and all that, so it got me pretty stuffed, right? So anyway, so I personally think after 10 years of collecting, since I had huge collection, okay, cheaper perfumes, middle designer, niche, mixed Middle Eastern perfumes, I had a lot of fragrances. I had one point about, I think 3,000 to 4,000 perfumes at one time, okay? And I didn't even realize it because when I started noticing I don't have space to walk in my room, or I don't have place to keep my clothing and stuff, oh man, this thing, the air conditioning, it's like very weird, okay? Oh, sorry, okay. So, that when I had that issue, then I realized maybe I have a bit too many fragrances, and it's just understatement. So, personally, I feel if you're not a collector, okay, I'll give you my identification, like this is how I identify. I am a collector, okay? In a way, I'm not the massive collector like most expensive ones. I don't collect like that, like some people buying Bois de Sia, or the more luxurious ones like Amouage, Special Collection, Creed. I don't collect like that. I collect what I find interesting within my budget. And second thing, I do have a Decant page since 2017. So whatever people demand, I will use and I'll review all together. This is how I buy. And of course, depending on the budget that I have at times, right? Not always I have the same budget. So of course, if you're not any of those things, if you're not a reviewer, collector, or a decanter or seller, or one of those things, I sometimes sell some of my backup bottles or partials, of many fragrances just when I need urgent cash. If you're not into that line, honestly speaking, I don't see any point of you buying so many perfumes just to show others that I have a collection or I have the whole line of Dior's Privé line. These things are overrated. Why? Because if you get people's validation and people say, it feels good for a while, but after that, what? You need to keep buying, and then you're going to run out of money. If not running out of money, you're going to run out of space. You're going to run out of patience. You're going to run out of, you need other things. And I know many people, they collected like whole house full of perfumes, then suddenly they fell out of love. And what they did, they either got stuck with the bottles. I know my ex did, I'm going to talk about her, today. That's the nightmare. Okay, so she followed me, and she obviously followed my passion and everything I did share with you, even though things didn't end very well in terms. But that silver play button, the story, everything I shared before, like what is the achievement that I have and what's her role in it. But she ended up buying like a huge collection. Like her house is full of perfumes, like more so than mine, and she doesn't know how to decant, she doesn't know how to sell, and she's stuck with those bottles. I feel this is one of the punishments. I'm sorry, just being a little bit mean, but even people, she sees this video, she'll find it funny anyway. So there are a lot of people who end up with huge collection. They usually don't wear the perfumes, because when you have 1,000 fragrances, 2,000 fragrances, 3,000, 4,000, even in your whole lifetime, if your whole family uses the bottle, then I cannot finish it. So what's the purpose of collecting so much? It's like, one thing is addiction, very simple. Second thing is, if you're a collector, you don't really care for using it or not. You just want to see it there, and you want to feel good that I have it. Those car collectors, watch collectors, sneakers collectors, those whole collecting thing. People want to have enough variation in their, like let's say you're a car collector, you want to have a Ferrari, and have a McLaren, like Bentley, Jaguar, whatever you feel like driving, you just take out. Okay, so maybe you have your 5 favorite cars. Okay, maybe you have that Mercedes Benz, that the G-Wagon, whatever. I don't even know the latest cars. Okay, some people like the BMW i8, right? That futuristic cars. For me, any car would do, but I really have a dream to own a SUV which is spacious, which is noiseless, which is indestructible, like something even a Toyota Harrier would do. Not Harrier, I actually wanted to have a Fortuner. In Bangladesh it would be perfect. So I like big spacious cars. So this is what, coming back to the answer, is that I really feel if you just enjoy perfumes and you want to collect a lot, buy decants, buy partials, little amounts, small bottles, so you can actually end up using them. If you don't use it as a fragrance lover, and it's just a total waste of money. Okay, so that's the question answered. And yes, if fragrances are expire or not, some fragrances do, mostly designers, some niche. If mostly they are let's say freshies expire more than anything else. And I noticed some of the particular houses like Jean Paul, Calvin Herrera, these houses, the fragrances go bad quite quickly. 3 to 4 years time they go bad. And I have many bottles which is more full, like 70 ml left out of 100, still gone bad. Okay, so Hugo Boss bottle Infinite, okay, or Jean Paul Gaultier, Le Male, or Andre Edition, Superman, those things go bad as well. So yeah, make sure you use the fragrance. Some darker perfumes, they will not go bad, I believe, but they may go. Like if you see this color of juice, they're only gonna get stronger, more powerful, potent, and even more beast mode, right? So that's the fragrance related content. Second thing, I had a nightmare. Let me share with you nightmares. I love storytelling. So what happened was, yesterday I actually am a little bit tired from yesterday's work because it was very humid and hot. Okay, one thing. Second thing, it was raining on and off. So I've been running from place to place. I went for lunch and went to meet someone, and then it got me pretty tired. I'm very much like those infants. I do like 3 tasks, I get very tired. So I did end up walking still, and then I felt very tired. I had food. I had like 2 huge mangoes, like literally mangoes, nothing else. And they are called bari mango in Bangladesh. They're like this big size, okay? And they're like fat, okay? So they're very juicy, sweet. So I had 2 of those. And then I had a lot of water and I fell asleep. I think I switched off all the lights, because recent times I saw post that where it says if you have lights on, it triggers your diabetes. All these years I didn't know that, and it's a research study done. So I sort of am trying that, not much of light, even the laptop, phone, everything, I keep it away, then I sleep. So I fell asleep somewhere around 10. I woke up around 1:30. Okay, in the meantime I had this weird dream. Okay, and I don't know if you guys have these dreams. I saw that it's not a horror dream, but it's like a dream that I couldn't like understand why this happened, because in past I had this recurrent, like it's like a deja vu. I see the same stuff, like I see because maybe someone is remembering me, or maybe I have remembrance of someone. Back in the days I used to have a lot of nightmares, like after I broke up with my first girlfriend, I felt like one time Satan came, like something like we say Iblis, right? And you have those sleep paralysis, and I saw her, my ex, sitting on my chest with her red eyes, and like animalic, like something out of hell. So I woke up, I couldn't breathe, and like in the sleep paralysis, you can breathe in, but you cannot breathe out. You cannot speak, and these are all real things. These things happen. People sort of like say, cat got your tongue. I couldn't wake up, and if you cannot move, you cannot wake up. You actually, some people, pass away in their sleep. So luckily I had something like a remote or something. I woke up that time, but I got very scared. These things really scare me. So recent times, it's the same girlfriend that I had, my last ex, she is the same girl. So basically, it's not a nightmare, but I saw that I went somewhere like overseas, I'm just taking a vacation, I'm just taking a room all by myself, and suddenly like she popped up from somewhere, and she started following me, and she followed me in my room and all that. And it was like acting like she's acting all normal, like we are back together and nothing happened. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, and she was just not speaking at all. And then I realized that this is not good. I need to wake up, because I really think you should not drink so much of water before you sleep. This is what happens. You have, the body sort of needs to, go to the loo and stuff, but it creates pressure on your body. So it creates pressure on your mind as well, I guess. So I woke up in like all messed up situation. I had dinner, made tea, and then I'm just feeling better, but yeah, it was like I don't want to see these dreams no more, right? Yeah, anyway, so what's your experience? Sometimes, do you see your past, sometimes in your dream, and then you wake up and wonder a lot, right? Yeah, it's a scary experience. Third thing I want to say, yesterday I did a video about why relationships don't work, and commitment, wedding, marriage, these things are overrated now, and why it's so difficult for men and women to be together and work things out, or so difficult to communicate, or be compatible with each other. There's so many things nowadays, and it sounded like I blamed women for it, but I did say, like, it's all about making her happy. Don't break her heart, and stuff like, what you shouldn't say, all these things, it make me wonder. For me, I don't really see the reason why we have to like only think of women. What about men? What they like, what they don't like, what hurts them and stuff. Shouldn't we be talking about men's health as well? So I'm concerned about men, because I'm a man myself, and I see mostly people care about women, children, dogs, but never men. So yesterday I was saying a lot of these things, like women fight for no reason. They're just moody. They pick up things from past. But I forgot to mention two things. One thing is, when they break up with you, they suddenly they're just bored of you one day, and they get bored. I don't know about men. I never get bored, but I feel, there's a commitment things, means you are in some commitment. You shouldn't be seeing other people. You should be texting others behind her that she doesn't know about. These are all form of cheating. I feel it's very low life thing. But sometimes women do this, because they have so many options. A lot of guys knock them. They're interested. So let's say if you made like one fight with her, or you just had a one argument, and she had a very bad tantrum and stuff, and then she hates you from that moment, you wouldn't know. You still think like, yeah, she's mad right now, but she doesn't hate me. She hates you. She hates you, and she wouldn't tell you, and she'll start planning that very day, and that maybe 1 year from then she'll break up with you. She already has moved on, but you didn't know. So I just don't think this is fair. I understand why it works, how it works, and how mind of narcissists work. They can never be alone. They can never be at peace or happy. They need someone constantly, like mental support, physical support, and to be around them, praise them, tell them that they look great, they're great people. Without that, they never feel good. And when people leave them, when they're single, they keep going back to their exes, cry, beg, and try to be friends with them. And some of the dumb people take them back and thinking like, oh, she loves me. She never loves you. She just love bombed someone. She forgot about them. She got heartbroken because she's not a real person, right? Even the guys, if you do the same thing, narcissists, it's not good. So you keep jumping from one boat to another. I really find it pathetic, because in this process, you see your short-term gain. Okay, like what I'm getting right now. I'm getting happiness right now. I'm getting older. So what matters is right now. I'll tell you what matters is also future. If you have children, if you're aging, 5 years from now, let's say you become 45, 40 plus, people will not look at you no more. You have to go to people, you'll be very lonely. No one will hit on you anymore. Let's say you're a pretty girl once, but beauty expire, they go away if you're naturally aging. What will remain is your personality, how people really value you as a person. If you Man, my mouth is getting dry. Let me drink some water from my giant bottle. Sorry. Let me pause it and let me not show you. Yeah, water is a lifesaver. I was getting like really, because I had that tea, so my mouth is drying up. It was like a, I think, like Malaysian tea, like those milk tea. So I think teh tare, so that is Malaysian friends would know, Indonesians would know. Anyway, so going back to the discussion, like when you grow old, only thing it will remain with you if you actually are a solid person, you have a personality and you're open with people, you actually have strong relationship based on truth, not a fake self. You'll be okay, because you'll not feel that you need to lie to someone or pretend to be something else, just to be okay. Because when you do that, you are okay for a while. But people, when they, let's say, they've discovered that what you say versus who you are is not the same, they will actually lose interest in you, right? So I think personally, like, the whole thing sometimes women do, because they have so much more power. They can get guys. Guys cannot get girls so easily unless you are a playboy and stuff. So guys are more serious, even though they look like angry all the time. Sometimes they have temper, they have fights, but guys don't leave. I noticed that they stay even after breakup. They don't immediately jump onto another woman. They go through proper the mourning, whatever, that sadness. They go through heartbreaks. It takes years for them to be okay, and sometimes they cannot still accept it, right? So this thing tells me, like there's a song, how deep is your love, right? And I talk about love because I still want to believe in love. It feels great. But I'll tell you one thing, you need to love someone more than anybody else. That is yourself. If you hear people say you are self-loving, narcissist, you are a psychotic, this, let them say stuff. If you're not happy, man, you cannot become source of happiness for others, because let's say you are in a relationship with someone, but you are always like inside you are wounded and inside you are damaged. You will damage the other person equally, and you will slowly eat their soul, and they will also be damaged like you, right? Some people take our, mental peace and everything, and they become okay, and then they leave us, right? So this is one thing I wanted to say yesterday. And one other thing is, you notice, this is funny. Sometimes, like in a relationship, let's say you meet a girl, okay? They try their best to make sure that you go like crazy for them, gaga for them. You seek them all the time, you message them, call them, look for them, try to make them happy, and you literally worship them in a way, like not like religiously, but all you think about her. This is what she wants. She wants all your time. She wants to talk to you, and she wants you to talk to no other girls. You guys know that this is what women do in time. This is, to them, maybe it's cute, but in reality, it's not that cute. Why? Because some of these people, when they try to control you, like in Dexter, I remember one time there was a scene, Dexter Morgan, he's trying to hunt serial, the guys that he hunts. So he says he needs to borrow a tranquilizer gun or something that is good for alligators. And he says, the guy in the, forensic department says, why do you need that? And he says, one of them ate my puppy. He shows like this. It was very funny. So I was in awe of Dexter Morgan because I literally wanted to be him, Scary, isn't it? So it's a weird thing, but I somehow connected so much. That one and House of Cards, maybe I am like them. But what I'm trying to say is, see the whole process, right? Then you get tired, like, hey man, too much. Let me see your phone. Let me see who messaged you. Who's that girl that you talked to? Why not picking my call? Why is your phone busy? This phase that you go through, and you get tired, like you don't mean anything, like you don't have anybody, you're not cheating or anything. But at one point, it will come, like, talk to your best friend as a dude. You spend some time talking football, enjoying a cold one, or let's say just go for some, like drive or something, or you enjoy a game. Even she will have that problem with that. She'll get jealous over guys. So this is not normal. This is people who are extremely unhappy, extremely vulnerable, and they have trust issues because they don't trust anybody. And crazy thing is, these are the people you cannot trust. You'll find it in a long term, because once you waste your 3, 4, 5, 7 years, then you realize it's worse, okay? But if you realize it now and you be a little bit careful, you care about yourself a little bit, then you'll never let people do it. You'll have boundaries, and you have to make her respect it, because you're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing your work. You have to do your social things. You have to have balance between relationships and other things. So once, even if it doesn't work out, you go out, with proper respect, you still are not falling apart. But once she takes everything from your life and she gets you into her, like you cannot live without her, that's the moment she'll leave you. Sometimes girls do that. And I'm not blaming girls. Sometimes guys do that to girls, I'm pretty sure, but this is so wrong. And thing is, they also leave you when you ask them for a commitment. All this time they wanted you to be theirs, right? But moment you ask her, like, I love you, I want to marry you, sometimes they run away. And this is so weird because you thought that's what they wanted. All this time they made you, into them, and that's the time they run away. And this is when you feel like so messed up. Like, all these years I didn't want to be with her, even I didn't even like her, and now that I do, she doesn't like me. She finds me annoying. She says, why are you bothering me? She starts becoming a little bit disappearing. She doesn't meet you in dates. She doesn't text you back right away. That's the time she got bored of you. And this is kind of like a game for certain people. When you see it more and more you distant, you stay from people, you start realizing this, and you start getting your, like, the, what do you call, filling the blanks, right? So your blanks will be filled with information. Then this is what happened, and you'll not be any more triggered or sad or heartbroken because you know what caused her to cheat on you, what caused her to, like what caused her to, is it called monkey branching? I learned that term. And then what caused her to, go for, suddenly, like, those relationships, rebound relationships. There is a reason for everything, okay? There's a reason why she will love you. There's a reason why she'll be crazy for you. Maybe you messed up somewhere. Maybe you're no longer her puppy that she always, thought like you are so loyal, you always listen to her. Moment you don't listen to a girl, moment you do some things a little bit serious and you see her BS, that's the time they don't like you no more, because they sometimes live in outside reality. They live in fantasy. Moment you ask for reality, that's when they're gone. They will never keep you in public. They never bring you in social platforms. They'll never show others like, I'm with this person. But you guys are sometimes like, look at the time. You guys are sometimes like, you want to be proud. I'm one of those guys. I'm very proud. I want to put social status, like I'm with her. I'm very proud of that. Like I want to show off, like I'm happy with this person. I'm exclusive, now. So that feels good. I'm that one woman man. I don't date several women at the same time. I don't think there's anything like glorious in cheating, because when you cheat, it shows that, you need more than love. It's a need. It's not a love. Love feels different. Love hits different. You do things, you don't have to worry about like trusting someone. They're yours. That feeling, that confidence that you feel like the king, top of the world, and she feels the same way. She respects you. She looks up to you. She supports you mentally when you're down. This is what love is. Some of you be like, love is a joke. Love doesn't exist. I myself say I'm going to stay single because I am deeply, devastated by how I thought someone was something, and I had so much respect despite all the fights, everything. I thought she had, real, what do you call, like a substance, like moment you saw that someone moved on so fast, and when they were with you, they're already seeing someone and you found out. And this information, when they feel out, they make like a whole, a story, absolutely meaningful. Even though it was horrible, it's just you who didn't see it. So guys, watch out for these red flags in people. Let's say you're gonna date someone. Give enough time while dating. Do not jump into conclusions. Do not jump into bed, and do not fall head over heels, like crazy, suddenly like, whoa man, this feels so good. It's like a blood rush. It's like, what alcohol does to you, makes you happy, like you're so high. If you fall for that, it's, someone said, don't fall in love. Falling is not a good thing. It's a negative way to say. So enjoy love, rise in love, raise in love, right? So if you take it easy, if you have the respect and you try to know that person, and I'm pretty sure if that process is healthy, things will last longer. If you jump into things and let's say you are not really sometimes aware of what you're doing wrong, or you're losing connection, you'll not see it, okay? And what will happen with you is that one sudden day you see that what you thought you had, one fine morning you don't have it anymore. Someone else is enjoying it. Of course, they don't own her, but she decided to, like, not even out of love. She just wanted to do someone else just to get over you. Okay. So yeah, this is one thing I forgot to mention yesterday. So if you guys are younger, always don't hate. Do not think like all women are bad, everybody's same. No, there are a lot of great people, but there are some psychos out there who are overthinkers. They are troublemakers. They're unhappy. And these are people who are mentally, maybe something's wrong with them. They don't know how to be happy. They don't know how to be normal. They don't know how to appreciate sweet guys, like nice guys, simple guys. They always find a way to blame them. If you're simple, you are like shallow. If you are clever, then you are manipulative. Let's say if you are a reasonable person, that you try to go with them, everything, they will find you like you are just cunning. Okay, so there's always this other side they show you, and it always keeps you frustrated. Even normal guys, they become frustrated and they cannot leave. Like they cannot walk away, they cannot stay. It's the most painful thing ever. So that's why I decided to walk away sometimes when it's painful. And I'm actually, even though it feels sometimes there's like missing parts of me, I'm still looking for, trying to find the piece of puzzle. But sometimes I feel okay that I just have control of my life. I can do the work. I decide I don't have to jump one day and then I have to go run for someone. Someone is doing a drama. You don't need these things in life. You need peaceful life. You need to have your own thing. Then when you're sure of, you know who you are, what you want, what you are doing, then if you find someone like-minded, go slow. Okay, go slow and steady. And if something good happens, it will happen. If it doesn't happen, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to find the right one. Sometimes love may not struck twice. For some people, they keep looking because they always are searching. They go to people, they say, hey, suddenly this guy's message popped up, old message, so I just go into him. It didn't happen by chance. They went to them because they are needy. They need constant, life partner just to avoid reality, right? So if you are living that life, man, one day it will hit you so hard and it will get you very big depression. Don't want to be there, right? Stay with reality even if it sucks, even if you're broke and you know that nobody likes you. At least that's, you have full closure of it. If you don't have closure, sometimes life will become difficult. So my mouth is drying today. I'm going to finish the video here. Hopefully, you enjoyed that episode. And if you are that person that, is similar like me, I'm angry. I have a lot of faults, but, I like to believe, what I have is what I have. What I don't own or something virtual, I don't believe in this stuff. This one is useless. It's just waste of time. And people, you feel, sometimes people who stole your money, right? Or used you for something, this is nothing compared to people who wasted your time, because your time cannot be brought back. You can earn back money, you can earn back status, things, you can buy back. But once you lost your time, you cannot bring back those time. This is so precious. Time is the most precious thing. Tick, tick, tick. That's the sound of your life, It's from Dexter Morgan. I forgot the name. This sound of your life running out. One of the guys, bad guys said that. But yeah, give your time, attention to someone who appreciates it, who sees you and who respects you. I have someone like that. I talk to them. It's important, like that value of the conversation. It gives you something. You take something away from it, right? If it's just for nothing, and you don't have any purpose, and they're just using you for their lonely time, and they'll move to other people. I think you have to see it like who is keeping you as an important person and who's keeping you as options. If people treat you like options, treat them back like options. Okay, that's the more or less, and people will respect you that way if you're tough. Take care. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye bye.